Guys, welcome to another beautiful day out on the farm. The sun is playing peekaboo and the wind is blowing just right, so everything out here is beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. Today we're going to touch on a subject that kind of drives home and digs in a little bit more into the term life and our paddock system that we have out here. Some questions that we get often is about the fencing. And so what I like to use is polywire. It's an affordable solution. It covers a lot of ground and it works. And that's why we're going to compare it today with term life insurance. We're going to show you how we wire up this paddock, and we're going to show you how our term life insurance solutions work for you. Stay tuned. Have you ever noticed how some of the most affordable things on a farm can protect the most expensive things? Like the little roll of polywire. It cost me 80 bucks for 5,000 feet, but it protects thousands of dollars worth of livestock, pasture, equipment, and saves me from countless headaches. Funny enough, the same thing happens in personal finance. Today we're talking about why cheap doesn't always mean weak, and why more expensive doesn't always mean better. Now, if you've ever used polywire, you already know the deal. It's lightweight, it's affordable, easy to move, easy to repair, and when it's turned on, animals respect it real quick. You really don't need a medieval castle to control livestock. Sometimes all you need is a smart mental boundary and the patience to teach the animals to understand and respect that boundary. That's a lesson a lot of people miss, not just in farming, but in life. Because some folks think if something costs less, it must be worse. And unfortunately, there are business models built around that belief. Heck, that's how people end up buying $90 shovels when the $20 shovel might have been just fine for what they needed to do. Same with fencing. Some people think if it isn't permanent or heavy, welded and painted, or installed by a work crew using heavy machinery, it can't be useful. But I've learned what homesteading families and small town farmers have known all along. The right tool really depends on the job. Let's say I'm needing to convert a large piece of property consisting of several acres into a grid of rotational paddocks. But I know that not only will the animals be moving often, but I may have to adapt that fencing to pasture conditions or changes in the future. Well, it wouldn't make much sense to build the Great Wall of Texas just to move it a year from now or even 10 years from now. Not only would it be unnecessarily costly, but it would be a permanent structure that I'd need to demolish if I decided to do something later on. I need something flexible yet effective, affordable enough for me to actually use, and that matters. Because the best system in the world is useless if it's too expensive, too complicated, or never gets installed. That applies to fencing and to money. A lot of folks lose money chasing premium solutions when a simple solution would have handled the real problem just fine. Polywire. It looks simple and unimpressive. So does term life insurance. It looks simple and unimpressive. Yet, both are purpose-driven, affordable solutions that save what matters most when you really need them. I've seen a whole herd of goats respect a single strand of polywire better than they respect a 5-bar metal gate whose bars were just an inch or so too wide, allowing the goats to struggle their way through. The metal bars were quite a hefty investment, but they weren't designed to keep goats in. The polywire was, and only cost a fraction of the price. Because cheap fencing applied properly beats expensive fencing applied improperly every time. Read that again. Apply it to half the problems in the world. It's not always about buying the most expensive thing. Sometimes it's about setting it up right and maintaining it. Now let's move on from pasture to personal finance. There's a product in the financial world that reminds me a lot of polywire fencing, and that's term life insurance. And before you click away, stay with me. This matters way more than people think. Term life insurance is usually pretty simple, usually affordable, usually gives a large amount of protection for a relatively small monthly cost, just like polywire. You're not buying it because it looks fancy, you're not buying it to impress your neighbors. You're buying it because if disaster strikes, the people behind you are protected. That's the point. If someone depends on your income, like your spouse, your kids, your business, your mortgage, anyone really, you are the asset. I want you to think about your paycheck. That could very well be the one thing holding the entire fence together. And if that disappears unexpectedly, for those who are dependent on you, that could mean losing everything. That's where term life comes in. It's a small monthly cost with a large protective benefit. And I'll say it again, term life isn't sexy or complicated. It's a quiet tool that works in the background. Oddly enough, many people ignore term life because it feels too cheap. I say oddly enough because they're usually the same people who are literally looking for an affordable option for life insurance. Some think it's too boring, or someone tried to sell them something shinier. That happens a lot, but remember, cheap doesn't mean weak. Affordable doesn't mean low value. Sometimes the smartest protection is the one nobody brags about. Nobody posts on social media that they just got a 20-year term life policy. But you know what? Maybe they should. Now, next time, we're digging even deeper into this, because just like fencing, not all setups are equal. Wrong coverage can fail, too little coverage can fail, waiting too long can get expensive, and poor maintenance can hurt you. And trust me, that applies to both livestock and finances. If you enjoy practical farming lessons mixed with real-world money wisdom, hit subscribe. If you think someone you know might benefit from anything we've talked about today, please share it. And if you have any questions at all, please drop a comment below to get the conversation started. Thanks again for joining us here on The Financial Farmer, where we build wealth the same way we build health, one smart move at a time.